Hey, it's Michael Saul with the Stock Market Trading Watch List for Monday, November 28th, 2011. Before I begin, just want to say that the people that are leaving comments on the YouTube channel, I'm seeing your comments. For some reason, YouTube won't let me respond to you, so I'll respond to you via the video, which is thank you for the comments. Please feel free to leave comments there, and hopefully YouTube will work out this glitch with at least letting me respond. If you have a stock that you want me to look over, you can write me directly, tiny@stockmarkettrendsx.com. All right. I got the one request for Ford, so I'll put that on today's video. But once again, just thank you for the nice comments, and I'm sorry I could not respond to you. All right, so let's take a look at the market here. Now, on Friday, we had a half-day session. We got out of the gate strong, but then we fell off into the close, and we closed right around the 62% retracement of this swing. So from here, coming into Monday, I was looking for a bounce. Now, as I'm doing this at 11:30 p.m. on the 27th, the futures are up about 20 points. Don't know if that's going to hold into the open, but we could get a nice gap up. Now, from here, I'm watching the next bounce, all right? And I've been watching the next bounce since we broke down through the 50-day moving average. So I got an email over the weekend from somebody who's been on the email list since probably day one, and he's been following the blog. And he's a nice guy. He writes me, and you know, we talk back and forth. Sometimes I don't hear from him for a couple of days, and then other times I'll talk to him a couple of times in a day. But anyway, he wrote me, he said, look, Tiny, I'm not meaning to get into a fight with you or criticize with you, but you know, you and two other people that I follow for market timing are all waiting for the next bounce. You know, what do you consider confirmation, and then et cetera. I mean, he was frustrated because he's a swing trader, and he's having a little bit of a challenge right now, which is nothing unique to him. I mean, I talked to a lot of traders throughout the week, and the swing traders, I mean, when this triangle formed, they were pulling their hair out. I mean, I was watching for a break, but I was leaning towards a break to the upside. All right, if you watch my videos, you know that I was looking for a break to the upside, but instead we rolled back over. Now, confirmation for me that we're going to at least a low, or if not a new low, is a break of this retracement level, the 1121.40, the 78.6% retracement here. But that doesn't mean I have to wait for that to happen to get short. All right, now when we broke down out of this triangle, I was looking for the 50-day to hold. Once we broke through the 50-day, I went to neutral. Now, IBD, this gentleman has told me, has gone to marketing correction mode. So they're offsetting the follow-through day. There are apparently enough distribution days to offset the follow-through day, which is fine. Like I've said about Investor Business Daily, I think they're great. I think the research they've done is great. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect William O'Neill. The guy is a legend. All right, but I don't necessarily follow everything that IBD does. All right, they don't believe in shorting, although some will say, well, now they do, and O'Neill put out a book. No, they're looking for the long side. They're looking for strong stocks to get on board and that break out of basis, and that's all great. I'm not knocking it. But in my opinion, there are other ways to trade the market, and short selling is one of them. So I'm not sitting here saying, well, IBD says we're in a correction. I mean, look, we're under the 200-day moving average. We're under all the moving averages, so it's hard to say we're bullish here. But as long as that follow-through day was being held on to, then I wasn't gonna get bearish. Now, we did break the 50-day moving average, which put me to neutral here. And now I'm watching this next bounce because there really hasn't been a spot to get on board for the downside. So if the next bounce comes and it's lame, maybe it'll start on Monday with the gap, who knows. If the bounce is lame, if the volume is lame, if we head into resistance, then I'm going to be watching that for a potential shorting opportunity for a rollback down. Now, if we get nice volume, if we get good breadth, if we get good participation, good leadership, well, nothing's to say that we can't do something like A, B, and then C for a push up. All right. I mean, yeah, it's a long way to go to get to new highs from here. And what do we got? About a month left, a little bit more maybe, but not much more. Okay. Is it possible? Yeah. Is it probable? No. All right. In my opinion, if we did get a rally from here, then this 78.6% retracement I've been watching for a while would be my ultimate target for a push here. But I don't know if we're going to get that. Okay, we could really come up on lame light volume, run into resistance, and then just roll back over here. Now, intraday trading has been okay because there's been some volatility, which means there have been some nice tradable swings. But that doesn't mean that everybody who's swing trading can just say, okay, now I'm day trading. I mean, it doesn't work that way. Right? Some people don't have the time; they can't fit it into their schedule. But for me, yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for more than just a break of a trend line here. I mean, great. If we would have shorted here, it would have been awesome. If we would have shorted here, it would have been awesome. Hindsight's always 20/20, and if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, what a wonderful Christmas we'd have. All right, so I'm waiting on the next bounce, and from the looks of the futures right now, it looks like that bounce could be starting as soon as Monday. Okay, so NASDAQ 100 here. All right. 78.6% retracement, line in the sand. We break that. Suggest we go to a new low on the year. Here's the Russell. All right, Russell holding the 62% as of the close. See what kind of bounce that brings. Banks. All right, holding the 78.6% retracement. Seeing if that gets a bounce up. Broker-dealer. All right, below the 78.6, which suggests that we get a full retracement. Goldman. All right, suggests we get a full retracement. Doesn't mean we can't bounce first. Doesn't mean we go straight there. Okay, there's Morgan. There's like Mason. All right, cyclicals. Yeah, not acted so strong here. Don't have a Fibonacci grid. So let's throw one up here. All right, you got the 62% retracement and around 808. Probably not an exact number. That's fine. Don't need exact numbers. Need zones to watch what we do there. All right. Healthcare. Starting to form a potential topping pattern here. Watch the 50-day moving average. Biotechs. Yeah, just looking ugly. Lows of the year here. Look like they could go to triple digits. Okay, break the 1,000 level. Got support right down here at 974.63 to pay attention to. Let's look at the drugs. Yeah, drugs are falling too. So much for that being a defensive sector. The semiconductors. Watch this 339 number. All right. Once again, not an exact number, but more of a zone. GLD. This isn't a great trend line. It's only really connects 2 points. Watch to see if it holds or not, though. Here's silver. All right, silver just looking ugly. Broke out of this channel. Now kind of holding on here. See if it gets a push down or not. OIL. Holding the 20 EMA for now. OIH. Yeah. Throw the fib grid up here. All right, you got the 62% here, 110.70, and then 103.76 is the line in the sand, 78.6% retracement. Looking at some of the glamour stocks here. Apple held the 200-day. All right, so let's see what kind of bounce it can get. If it breaks through it, watch for a full retracement down here to the 354.24 number. Amazon not looking great, but okay, we had record Black Friday sales, and Amazon supposedly had wicked sales, so I would expect for a gap up here, but the break of this 78.6% retracement suggests that we will get a full retracement of there, but that doesn't mean we can't bounce first. But I'd be watching Amazon. Really want to watch what it does into this gap at 197.11, and then the 200-day right above it. All right, so there's also talk about the IMF making a loan to Italy, but then they were poo-pooing that, and the futures took a little shot to the downside. They were up like 26 points or something, and they went down only up 18. Now they're back up to 20 or 21. So obviously there's a long way to go until the market opens. All right, Google. Watch the 200-day. Once again, I mean, if we gap up, these high beta names should get a gap up to go with it. Is Baidu. Trying to hang on here. Watch the gap fill at 111.24. Goldman, we already talked about. Look for a test of those lows, and below that we have 75 to watch. Research in motion, dollar away from my 15 target. Breaks that, could see 12.20. 12.20 as the next level. Get Ariad Pharmaceuticals to be in a little bit of a coil here. And once again, these little bullish coils, I mean, if we gap, it could take it out to the upside here. But if Ariad can get going out of this with some volume, watch for a retest to these 12, the 12 handle up here. And then from there, look for a retest up to the 1350 level. AAP was one I was watching. All right, showing good relative strength here. All right, see if this can get something. It has to come with volume, though. All right, price is not enough. It has to come with volume accompanying it. BMRN. Another little tight little coil here after this little push up from 30, little 10% push up here. So watch to see if it gets some continuation. Maybe it can get up here and retest these highs. And Ford, as per request. Okay, yeah, just not really looking that hot here. All right, once again, probably will gap if the market gaps overall. You know, some of these stocks may not gap with it, but let's see. So, yeah, I mean, the fact that we're below the 78.6% retracement here suggests that it goes back to retest the lows. But, I mean, this was a wicked bounce here. Down low 905 up to 1265. I mean, that's a real nice bounce. You know, it doesn't seem like much. Oh, it's only a couple of bucks. Yeah, it's a big percentage. All right, but it looks to me like we could test these lows here. So let's see if it does gap up, and if it gets a little bit of a bounce if it runs into resistance. All right, so let's see what happens after what could be a gap up on Monday. Nice size gap up on Monday, but we'll see if it sticks and see how that affects the overall structure. Like I said, I want to watch this next bounce, and I want to see how the volume acts, how leadership acts, and if it's maybe the start of something or just a spot to get on board for some shorts. All right, have a great trading day on Monday. Talk to everybody again on Tuesday.